going on, guys? Joey the Chocobo here, and welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory. So last time we did discover draconium ingots and all this other crazy stuff, and we also still have our lasso with our ender dragon egg in there. It should still be an egg. I don't think it's gonna hatch. Yeah, it's still an egg, and it freezes the time too, which is kind of nice. So I don't have to worry about anything of that nature going down whilst I'm not prepared. But I do have to wait for it. I did do a little bit, a tiny itty bitty bit of grinding. Like the tiniest bit of grinding, and we did get ourselves some more experience, so we're actually full on our tanks now for experience, which is kind of nice. And we got ourselves quite a bit of stuff to be doing. Alright, let's go ahead and smack some stuff down with, ooh, a warped skeleton. I don't know if you guys saw that right there, but that was a warped skeleton. That was not a regular standard skeleton, that was a warped one. Don't know what a warped one is or what it does, but we had a warped one. Alright, and then just smack these things with Daredevil here. Again, whoop. Oh, I was going to say getting Daredevil some experience, and then they killed themselves. Anyways, so today's game plan, we're going to be expanding this. I'm going to be honest. I put this off for quite some time. Because I don't really want to do it. Like, it's just such a long project, but we'll get the job done. Ugh. With a side of ugh. Anyways, previously we did get ourselves a lot of Yellorium kind of made up here, and I don't even think that's enough. I think we actually still need more. So I guess what the game plan will be for this particular moment in time is I'm actually going to go ahead and I guess we'll just kind of continue as per normal. If we do hit a snag, then, you know, we'll hit a snag, and whatever else, we'll just kind of have to deal with it. But we do have Yellorium crop, the Yellorite crop, I should say, all growing right here. I kind of doubt that I should put down more, but we can actually do that if we so desire. We're also getting a little bit of Yellorite, of course, from our friends down there. They're going to be filtering over a whole bunch of that Yellorium stuff to us. And I think everything has been going fairly smoothly. I don't know if I've run into any issues since the last time, because as you can see here, all the items are kind of bouncing about, going to their respective locations. And this is filtering all that junk, and then this one's only able to receive items, so we're in good shape. Nothing's kind of flying into random places they shouldn't be going to. And as you can see here, we definitely did take a big hit in terms of the overall amount of ore, but we still have a good ways to go. But anywho, skadoodles, it's time. It's time, as this thing loves to say, it's time to build. So big reactors, of course. We're going to need a ridiculous number of these. Like, I cannot stress to you guys how much I'm not looking forward to this at all. This is going to be forever. Now, I can do this with also regular coal, and we can get a whole bunch of this stuff smelted up. So I'm actually going to do just that. We're going to take a whole bunch of coal out here, and I'm just going to grab a whole lot, and we're going to make some graphite out of this stuff. And this should really not be all too terribly bad. So let me just go ahead, throw them all into there, get them all cooked up, and that's going to make us some graphites. Go ahead and keep this rolling if I can. And even our coal, actually, our coal will take a fair bit of a hit. Now, the one redeeming thing in this whole situation is that because we have everything automated to this like really ridiculous point, we are pretty good shape. We are way better than when we did it last time. When we did it in like Sky Factory 2.4, like we had to individually craft each little thing, and it took forever. But now that we have this, I'm hoping that this goes by a little bit quicker, a little bit better, and it won't be nearly as painful. But, you know, no promises. no promises about whether or not this will be a good or a bad experience with this stuff, but we'll see. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be alright. So let me go ahead and start migrating some of this stuff over. We're going to let that cook up some more coal, and I'm going to just get all this Yellorium ingot into our ME system, because of course our ME system will allow us to just kind of have all this stuff at the ready, and more importantly than that, this is going to let us craft them in bulk really easily, because normally I would have to do it in like a really annoying, painstaking way, but with the graphite coming in from this, we should be able to actually get a pretty good start here. So let me take out whatever I can, and then drop off that graphite right into there. And let's do one more coal run, I'd say. Let's do one more. So we're gonna go ahead and put the coal into here. Now we can't actually do this. We can actually technically automate it. We can do that by using those like processing unit type things and whatever else. It is possible. I personally don't really see the value in doing that at this particular moment. Like, yeah, we could save ourselves a little bit of time here and there, and it would go straight back to the system. That's true. But I don't. Number one, I don't know if that actually interacts with the magical crop furnaces. It may, but I really don't want to risk doing it and then being like, oh, well, we have to use like a different furnace system, because that doesn't sound like a great idea to me. It just seems kind of like a pain in the butt. It may work. It may completely be fine, but I just particularly don't want to risk it. So, all right, big reactors. Let's get the casing down. Now, it's been a while since I've done this, so I am not 100% sure as to how many I can actually, or what the big footprint is. I think once I get back into that area, it'll make a whole lot more sense to me. And let me go ahead and just make a whole bunch of these iron ingots here, just to make sure that we are all in good shape. Thank goodness we have iron for days. Like, literally, thank goodness. Alright, so iron 5 ever, and nope, wrong one. Reactor casing. Now, we are going to start off with not worrying about the, we're not going to worry too much about the active side of this. So, originally I was thinking, like, maybe we would do the active underneath it. I think I am going to stick with that plan, but we'll see. I think, if memory serves, these torches outline it. So, let me see here. If I am correct, it should be 31. Okay, so we're currently at 306. Let me go forward. And then that goes... Yeah, so that's 31. So I'm pretty sure it's 31 by 31 by 48 was what I was going for, because I'm not going for the actual max, which I think is 32. So we're going to go by 31 by 31. In terms of the overall footprint. Now, this is going to get real dicey real quick. Oh, and I also have our builder's wand here, absolutely ready to go, so we don't have to worry about that. But let me go ahead, turn on the spooky detector, and then let's start placing these bad boys down. So, oh Lord. There are so many ways for this to end so poorly. But we'll hope for the best. It really shouldn't be that bad to place down, thanks to our builder's wand, because, like, honestly, placing down the blocks by hand is kind of time-consuming. But with this underway, we should be able to get through this relatively painlessly, I would say. All right, let's just do half. Let's just take out half the torches now. We'll place down the blocks, and then we'll continue onward, because I really don't want to deal with the spoopies. Ooh. All right, so I think it's 2 in any given direction to give myself a little bit of walking room. Right? Yeah, okay, we are. It's 2. I thought it looked like 3, but it's definitely 2. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. So right there. Beautiful. Alright, cool beans. So let's go ahead and expand this out just like that. I didn't do the recalculation. We did this in 2.4, but I actually made the conscious decision not to do it this time, because it was kind of depressing, honestly. Thinking about how much like blocks we needed, it kind of threw me off. Oh, and there goes our reactor. Our reactor is like nope.jpg. Actually, it looks like part of it is working. Some of it's not really agreeing with it. All right, this is going to disable our reactor. Yeah, our reactor's like, nope, this is wrong. You're doing very, very not correct things. It's okay, reactor. You'll come around. You'll come around eventually. Alright, and then let's get the other side sorted out. Actually, let's just break these torches real quick. And then, perfect. Alright, so now we're flush. We actually, wow, we're actually killing it. I am going to be honest. I thought this was going to be significantly worse, but maybe it's actually not going to be all that bad. Now, on the graphite, this is an important thing to notice. You can see that there's no spookies currently being put onto the graphite blocks. Now, this is kind of a big reactors thing where the blocks themselves are considered, I think, to be transparent blocks, which means that, like, I think if I clipped into one, it would let me breathe in it. It's the same thing as glass. I'm pretty sure that's the way that currently is set up in the big reactors mod. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that would be my sneaking suspicion. That would be what I would assume to be the case. All right, let me go ahead and just set this so it doesn't like freak out. All right, nope. I do not wish for you to do that. All right, good. Yeah, geez, we're actually just crushing this out today, fam. Holy cow. We are getting a lot done. Like, I'm actually really genuinely surprised it's going this well. This is good. I like this. I can get behind this. If it's really not this bad, heck yeah, we might actually be able to get it done in this episode. Now, we don't have cryothium. That is one thing that's kind of a bummer. I don't have cryothium and junk like that. Cryothium being, of course, the best coolant in the game. I think. I am not 100% sure on that, but I think it is considered to be the best. But let me go ahead and just leave a couple of torchies here and there. It doesn't really matter where I place them. I just have to make sure it's not spooky, because we are not wanting mobs to spawn and destroy all of our work. And we will make this, you know, look better and junk like that, so you don't have to worry about any of that if you're concerned. You're like, no, Choco, it looks so butt ugly. Don't worry, we'll get it fixed. All right, and then let's get Pixie out here, and I'm not entirely sure why I have torches up here. Oh, it's because we had the... Yeah, never mind. I remember. They were there because whenever I had like a couple other blocks kind of sitting right outside the reactor, it was making them... They were turning spooky, not the big reactor stuff. Alright. And then... Let's break this all down. I'm so glad this doesn't give me radiation poisoning or anything like that. That would be bad. Alright, and then... I do need to scoop this stuff up. So let me go ahead, grab these things. Alright. And that should be the end of all the unique things that are on the outside, because we don't have any... You can't have more than one, whatchamacallit, power tap, I believe. And I think that's not too big of a problem, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. And then with this, we are in good shape, and I can vein mine that. Easy peasy. And then we do have this one reactor control rod, which is taking forever to mine. What the holy heck? What? Why are you taking so long to break down? Did you break? Oh, you broke. I'm sitting here like, what is happening? Why are you taking forever to break things? It's because it's broken, Choco. Apparently it's trying to fix itself, which is kind of neat. All right. And then let's go ahead, throw a Pixie into here. Oh, that's right. We made her out of obsidian. All right, let's get Scyther Reborn. I think I am going to hold on to Scyther Reborn. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I'm going to do with Scyther Reborn, but we are going to hold on to him, and we will kind of take care of him, as it were. I think what I might do is I might make Scyther Reborn into just a straight combat scythe, which is to say that I'm just going to really just not worry about fortune or any of that, just straight up, like, kill everything that's around you. Oh, crap. Oh, no. This could lead to a potential problem. So, we do have this guy over here. I'm very, very thankful at this particular moment that we still have this guy. Alright, so this is on send only. This is the right one. I'm just going to go ahead and just chuck that right to there. And that's going to start distributing energy from this little reactor over to there. That should be fine. And that should get our ME system back online, which it's not yet. And that's kind of concerning me. Please turn on. Please. Please, I finna. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't think this through. I wonder. I wonder what exactly is going on right now. It shouldn't be... Yeah, no. There's plenty in the... What? There's plenty in the tap. It's clearly being drained, right? Yeah, it's clearly being drained. So there is power flowing. But for some reason, it's not enough? I didn't think it was that big of a power hog. Okay, let me go ahead and let's turn these other ones offline for a moment. So I'm going to disable all these different tesseracts that are kind of out and about, because these guys are power hogs. They are absolutely monstrous when it comes to power consumption. Alright, there's one Emmy controller that's like happily online. It's like, hey, we did it! I survived! I survived the blackout! But these guys are just not having any of it. It's receiving power. You know what it is? I'm actually almost 100% sure that's the problem here. I think the issue is that it's not actually able... From the power tap, it's just not fast enough. It's just not fast enough to support the ME system, which I find very surprising. I felt like it would have, but we're gonna need to mess with this a little bit. So yeah, I think it's just the fact that these are leadstone flux ducts, and leadstone flux ducts, you know, ain't the main fam jams, you know. So let me go ahead. Oh god, it's still broken. Crap. No heavens to Betsy. Okay. We do have this guy. I'm wondering, can I attach you like that? Is that gonna work by some miracle? I think I have to attach that straight to the power tap is the problem. Yeah, I'm getting the sinking feeling that we need to get the power out of there. Okay, so let me break this down. And then let me go ahead and put the transfer node right to there. Did that do the trick? No, it did not. All right. And then I'm actually going to break this down. So let's break this down. It's going to turn off our farm for a little bit. I think it's just, it literally is just a problem of it's just taking too long. All right, so let me go ahead and put this down as well. Dadgummit, I really don't want to do that though. All right, whatever. Just remember, okay, this has to be to ME storage. I'm going to say send energy as well, and we're going to put this on the energy frequency. That now should be an exuberantly high amount of energy being sent, and that should put everything online. Yep, okay. We are back online. Let me go ahead, go back. My lord. Random little issues cropping up everywhere, man. Alright, we need obsidian. I think we have some obsidian just kind of chilling. We do indeed. We probably don't need that many. Probably like 4 will see us through the day. Alright, and then let's go ahead and fix up our little pick. Oh, you don't... we haven't had to worry about power in so long. It's weird not having power. Are you kidding? Repair material obsidian. What's your problem, man? Wait, are you no longer broken? Wait, did the auto repair break or go through the broken attribute? What? Is that a thing? Okay, well, I am officially baffled. I thought once it was broken, it didn't have the ability to fix itself, but it fixed itself completely. What? What? Okay. Okay, whatever. I ain't gonna complain. Works for me. I ain't gonna whine about that. That's perfect. All right, now we gotta build this guy up to 48. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that should be 48, unless I counted it wrong, but I don't think I did. And then I guess, yeah. So let me go ahead and move this along. And let's see. Where'd you pull from? Where did you pull from? What? From here? Something fishy is going on. Something very fishy is going on. Oh, right, because this is only able to put down 16 at a time. All right, so it should be... That'll bankrupt 1. And then there should be another 16. So this is going to take 16 from, I think, this one. So that should go down to... Oh, wait, no, it's going to leave 1 behind. So it's going to be 15 away from this, so we were expecting this to be 45. Yep, perfect. All right, so it is the correct amount. Good. So that is the right height. Let's go ahead and place these all down. Okay, and that should square that little part away. The front is the only part that has like a little bit of different things going on with it, and I ran out of graphite. All right, so yeah, the front is going to be where we add in like the actual access ports and all that stuff, so we do have to be a little bit mindful about it. But regardless, it should be fine. All right, ooh, I ran out of graphite. Can't be all too surprised about that. All right, let's go ahead and grab some graphite from there. Nope, wrong. And then let's go ahead and just drop that into there. And we're gonna need so much more. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to... What am I going to do here? What am I going to do about this? Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a chest, and I'm going to store this stuff in temporarily. So, I do want to set aside the parts that we need for the reactor away in a different spot, so I can make sure that I don't waste for this. It's not really necessarily a big power hog, or not power hog, that's not the right way to put it, but it's not really like a big deal to recreate them, but it's... I'd rather not have to worry about that. Alright, and then let's get some more graphite into here. Alrighty. Just do what I bid you to do, game. Jeez Louise. Such a little pain in the booty. Yes, that actually is a little bit better for us, because I can just... That is not, however. That was not cool, game. Alright, whatever. Sick. Thanks for throwing that again. That's awesome. You the best. You the best, game. Alright, and then these guys all into there. Beautiful. Graphite into there. Alright, and that's the last little shipment of graphite. Whew, alright. Big reactors. Give me some more casings, baby. Hook me up. And we are out of iron again. Interesting. Alright, so let me go ahead, pull out blocks of iron. And then we'll just kind of fill in this little bit here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this part first. Let's just run what we got right now. And let's sort this all together. Good lord. This thing is monstrous. It is actually a monster. Alright, that takes care of that. And we still have one more segment to go. we just killing it, fam. This goes by... Whoop, man, I overdid it. I overdid it by a lot. Good lord. Okay. Game, why you no stop me? Why you no stop me from making stupid decisions, please? Down, down, down. Alright. Scooped up one random rogue. And then... I think we can catch it. Yep, we caught them all. Whew! Mid-air catch. Oh, nailed it. Nailed it. Did it. We did it, fam. And then up, up. Whoop. Wrong, 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 wrong. Up, 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 up. Actually, you know what we should probably do? Well, actually, this probably works. Yeah, that works fine. All right, does this work at the bottom, though? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't... Oh, it does. Okay, well. Godspeed. Okay. Just a little bit more. Ooh, and we're out again. Oof, this is monstrous, man. This is crazy, monstrously large. But we need to go ahead. Dig deep. We gotta dig deep into our soul. Scythe the Reborn, you can hang out in there. These bolts, man, I don't know about you. Executioner's broken too. Jeez, we so... Ah! Alright, we have so much more to do here. We go ahead. Whoop, fleep. Alright. Alright, iron stored away. I don't know how many that's going to net us, but I think that'll net us a fair bit. Yeah, okay, okay, we're doing pretty good. So let me go ahead, put this together. Oh my gosh. This thing is a giant! It's huge! Look at it! It's freaking gigantic! Oh my. Crazy stuff we do. Crazy stuff we do on this channel. It's mildly absurd. Like, it kind of is a little bit absurd. Just how crazily large we're going here. Because, like, this is bordering unnecessary. But then you remember Draconium, and then you realize that it's not unnecessary, and we actually need this really badly. But for your average Minecrafter in a mod pack, this is bordering insane. Like, slightly uncalled for levels of ridiculous. Alright, and then up. Gotta work. And I think what we're gonna do is... So the question... Okay, so here's another thing that I didn't really kind of talk about yet about this big reactor plan. There's a number of things that we can put inside the reactor to act as a coolant. And it doesn't really quite... Like, obviously, it does not work in, like, real-life fashion. But... it is important to choose a pretty decent coolant. Now, cryothium is not something that's on the table right now. As soon as we can find it, I would be beyond down to put that in, but we don't have it at the moment. So I think one of the better things to do is actually do it via diamond. And so we are not going to worry about coolant on this episode. We're going to worry about it later on down the line. And the reasoning for that is we're basically kind of... I don't have enough diamonds, is the short version. I don't have enough diamonds to actually make that happen as of right now, because if I were to try to make that happen with the diamonds I have, we would have like zero amount of coolant really available. So we can go in, modify our reactor, that's fine. We're not going to do the active reactor side of this yet either, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And all it does is it raises the efficiency of your reactors, right? So it's important to do in the sense of you do want to have a good coolant in there and everything, so you have an efficiently running reactor. You don't burn yellorium for nothing. But we have an infinite amount of yellorium, and so I think what we'll end up doing is we're going to go ahead and just proceed onward, and then I'm just going to make some magical crops of diamond, and then we're just going to get a whole butt ton of diamond that way, and then we'll proceed from there. But we should be all right. I just want to get this up and running, honestly. I want to get this passive reactor up and running as soon as we can, and then worry about it later. But let me go ahead and put this all through, because we're gonna need a stupid amount of diamonds to use as a coolant. All right, so there is that. Because of the nature of what we're doing, I'm actually just gonna continue just filling it all out, and then we're just gonna pick out the parts that we need to replace. So, because obviously, like, we're not gonna need to worry about the roof, right? The roof is gonna be the roof, and I don't have to worry about, well, not the roof, the top half of this side, for example. I'm not going to have like power outlets in the top there, because this is, if I need any outlets, they can stick right on the ground, and now they'll be happy there. They'll be completely happy there, and there's no problem with it. So we can just knock out a couple of pieces here and there. We are going to end up making, I think, a lot of the cyanite, and cyanite, of course, being useful for plutonium, which we will need later, but we will want to kind of be giving it more access ports maybe, but again, we shouldn't be talking about anything that's exceeding what the capacity is for the ground level. And if we need to, we can just poke out more holes as we go along. Alright, and then there we go. This is a monster. It's an absolute monster, but we are cruising. For those of you who remember, like, I think when I made the big reactor in 2.4, we did a time lapse of it, and I just want you guys to think about how long that took versus how long this is. I don't know why I just threw in every single reactor casing I had. Brain, please. Not like this. Like, literally, brain was just like, nah, I'm just going to throw them all in here. But this is going quite quickly, comparatively. Like, actually, quite quickly. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Alright. And then now with that underway, we are on the home stretch. And the top layer is going to be really easy to do. Same exact principle, which is we do technically need on the very, like, on the tippity top here, we do want to technically have the control rods, I believe. I think that's what they're called, the thing that goes at the very, very top. And so we do need to put those in, but for the time being, it should work fine just so we can poke holes out, because honestly, we're not talking about making this we're not filling it in to like some kind of stupid degree with yellorium rods, because that would make the whole thing like explode in heat. But let's just go ahead and fill this all up. Alright, excellent. So there is the framing. The frame is now done. We do, of course, need a yellorium fuel rod, right? So we will need to use some of these casings to repurpose it. And yeah, that's that. Actually, you know what? Oh, crap. Did we run out of power? Oh, crap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait a minute, hold on. I do. You better believe I do. Let's go ahead, get ourselves some yellorium into the reactor. I'm assuming that that's what the problem is, that it ran out of fuel. No, that is not the problem, which means that it's just a matter of it's drained. All the energy that we had is gone. That's not good. This is kind of a problem. Because I don't have enough yellorium fuel rods to activate that reactor. All right, well, whatever. I suppose there's no point in crying over spilt milk. Let me go ahead and start with this part first, and then we'll worry about that segment in a bit. But what I was saying was maybe we should actually go through the process of making this glass, to actually put it with glass, at least in the front. That way we can see what's going on inside. I think that would look cool, and I think that'd be a worthwhile way to kind of do that. All right. And then we'll space this out. We'll give it some room. The power tap needs a little bit of room here, so let me give it like, yeah, give it that much room. And these honestly are mad easy to move around and whatever else. All right, so there's our input, there's our output. This is the controller, which we do need for that. And then the control rod, of course. I'm going to put the controller above it. And we are just needing the Yellorium fuel rods. Alright, so... you know what it is? Bet you these guys are also just consuming all the power in the world. Let me go ahead and let's knock out... Well, first off, let me get you back to the right setup. So you are... Let's block that off. The ME storage. Alright, so that one is now there. Alright, now it's just gathering a whole bunch of power, exactly what we want it to do. We're just going to wait a little bit so it sends a huge burst of power on through. What did this say? Honor donated $5 to shut down all the ore gathering operations. We should be okay. We should be able to... I just have to wait like a little bit for this to just gather up a little bit of power. It just has to make up the difference right now. Because I do only need it on for a little tiny bit of time. So let me just go ahead and do that. And then this one is currently all set. That should be enough. Alright, and then over we go. Yep, it's on just like that. Now I need to get... what, 47 fuel rods going? So let's try to get that sorted out real quick at big reactor, because once we have one in there, we're golden. That's all we're gonna really need to scramble for. So okay, a stack, easy. And then we have a control rod, so we've cleared the necessary bare minimums to make this actually go online. Now the question is, where is the center point of this monstrosity? Let me see here. It's going to start from the ground. Alright, so this is the center right here. Alright, so that's the center right there. And... well, I know the length of it, so I should just have to go 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That should be smack dab in the center. Unless I did that wrong. And so... just to confirm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, perfect. So that is the center. That is the dead center. So let me go ahead, put some torches around here, and then we're going to break this one block. Now, I'm going to need to put in these fuel rods. Now, they're partially full because of the fact that we had a little bit of fuel in there, I think, is what's going on. So you can see it's kind of stretching the whole length. It's getting thinner and thinner as we go up because it's stretching out whatever Yellorium was currently in the system, but that should be fine. Alright, and then one reactor control rod on the very top. And you can see right there, it's saying that now you are a valid reactor. It's a big boy now, and it can do all the reactor kind of things. And we can just go ahead. It just ate it! It was like, oh, delicious food. My God, the monstrosity. Look at that thing go. 10,000 RF per tick. It's gonna slow down though, unfortunately, because obviously efficiency is not really all there. And also it ran out of fuel, which is not gonna help at all. So let me go ahead, get some more Yellorium. Oh, just like that. Look, the ME system's just like dying. It's like, I need more power, Dad. It's alright. It's alright, my sweet child. We will get you more power. And then we are going to need to abscond you. Alrighty, and then I'm going to need to abscond you as well. Very good. Alright, so this Tessie should be the energy Tessie, and this one should be the one for the cyanite, is what should be going on. So let me go ahead. Just confirm. Okay, this is indeed the energy one, so I'm going to put you right there on the ground. And then that is all there. And reactor is now online. Boom, core heat is just shooting on up. We did have a little bit of power stored in the power tap, right? So that's not surprising that that would be the case. And the power is going up even with a hyper transfer node. Awesome. And then for this guy right here, we're just going to go ahead and drop him down. And I do need to get an item transfer node. We already have one cyanite ingot. And look, already lighting up like a Christmas tree. So we need to go ahead, move on down, turn all of our Tessies back online. Because we do have them disabled at the moment. So, yeah, we just have to say, accept the energy again. We're sorry. We're sorry for the minor blackout, but we needed to do it. We needed to get that done. And then look, my saturation, just straight up. And then now we have that all sorted and ready to go. So now the question becomes, well, I guess the question isn't quite even at that stage yet. So let me go ahead and get the Yellorium that we have in here, right? Because there's not really a point to leave it in here. So let me just go ahead and grab a whole bunch of this Yellorium. And then we're going to go ahead and dump it all into this reactor, which is monstrous. Alright. And then just... Oh, okay. That satisfied the whole fuel rod. Nice. Let's take a look at what this is saying. So we are currently generating... Okay, almost 10,000. We're getting pretty darn close to 10,000. We, of course, have... We want this casing heat number actually to be higher, and we want the core heat to be a little bit lower, I believe. I think that's the way that works. Yeah, because this one will raise the fuel usage. But again, we're not too concerned about that right this moment because we have plenty of Yellorium. I'm not really worried about that. We also can get more cyanite out of it depending upon the heat, I think, of the casing or something like that. Something along those lines. One of the two actually impacts that. So let me go ahead and dip into here real quick. Because right now, that reactor is working just fine and dandy. So, let's see. Let me do reactor glass. No, not turbine glass. I want the other glass. Reactor glass. There you are. All right, so this requires reactor casing. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and rip down some of that casing. Actually, yeah. Let's just make it first, I suppose. That would probably be the more logical way to do this. So, let me go ahead. We are bankrupt on reactor casings. Actually, maybe it would look better if we didn't do the whole thing as like a solid like thing of glass. Maybe I want to do like some kind of pattern or something. I'm trying to think of what would look good here because this doesn't look good, right? This just kind of looks ugly. Maybe if I could do a pattern of it or something, it would look cool. I don't know. Let's play around with it. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun, mess around with it a little bit, see what we can get going. All right. Do I have... No, well, here's a very important question. Do I have the glass to do this? We have some glass. That's not enough glass here. Let's go get some sand out of there and go get that all sorted out. And I need to go over here. Let's go get some sand. I keep on doing this wrong. We've literally had this here for ages now, and I still can't remember how to make that work. I don't know. My brain can't deal with it. It's just like, nope, don't understand, can't ever understand it. Sorry. It's actually kind of irritating, to be completely honest. But man. All right, so let me go ahead, swoop up a little bit more of this right here. And then we'll be in pretty good shape. Nope. Like, I really wish it would stop doing this. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna put you in. Oh, for crying out loud! Alright. You know what? Fine. Fine. You win. You win. I'll do it manually. I'll do it freaking manually, you little butthead. Good lord. Struggles of life. Alright. Then throw all this into there. And I guess we'll even throw in the Yellorium into there. Oh, of course the Yellorium goes in fine. I'm not salty at all. I'm just mad. Alright, so let's go ahead and make ourselves some reactor glass. And yeah, we'll have some fun. Alright, let's see what we can do with this much. So I think this, like, Would that look better as just like a giant thing of glass? Would that actually look better? I think... I know for a fact I want the middle area just to be a straight strip, right? Because the center area is going to be like the most impressive point, I think. So I suppose we'll just rip this down. We'll leave the outer perimeter of casing fine, but let's at least rip this part down. And anything that we, of course, undo here, we can replace with glass. Oop. Uno momento. Okay, and there's the controller. Alright, let's see what this says. This says... blurb. Whiskey Bravo 92, 95, and said, I recommend putting a chest with some spare fuel in it next to the reactor just in case it ever runs out of fuel and you cannot get it into your enemy system. Yeah, I have a plan for that, actually. We're not there yet, so... Let me get through this part first, and then we'll talk about a contingency power area. Because what we're going to do is basically, I'm going to get a energy storage kind of set up near here. And that way... That kind of looks neat, eh? I'm just trying to think of what would look good here. This looks really intimidating, actually, because I do want the passive reactor to have like I do want at least some of it to just be solid reactor casing. I do want that because this is supposed to be the contrasting point. Like this is the powerhouse, and then the turbine area is going to be like full on glass because that's really cool to see the actual turbines turning about. So I like that idea, but kind of does look like a PC tower. Here, okay, let's do it. Let's do like a diamond thing. Let's see how that looks. Alright, so rip. Is there a reactor casing all the way down there? Yep. Alright, so we'll try a diamond shape first. We'll see how that looks, and then if it looks bad, then I'll undo it. But for the time being, let's start with a diamond shape. So like that. Yeah. So let's go ahead, get this down. All right. Yeah, okay. This could actually look all right. It should definitely be a fine. It should be like a defined diamond though. All right, so let me go ahead now and undo this part right here. And let's see. I'll do half of a diamond first to make sure that I like the way this looks. Okay, so that's going to be the diamond shape. Alright, and then I should just be able to vein mine this stuff, actually. So, this is going to 120% break Pixie. Like, yeah. But, it breaks it. It gets the job done. Alright, so... Oh, you know what? Yeah, wait, hold on. I have an idea. I has an idea. I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I couldn't just do this. So I'm going to do that first. right? So we can showcase what's inside of here, because that would be a waste not to showcase this. But the thing is, it's not, I don't think it looks, you know, quote unquote cool enough for me to really be able to justify me doing that on every single side. I think one side just looks a lot more intimidating, and plus I don't go back there. Like, I really don't go back there in the first place. So yeah, okay, I think I know what I want to do with this. All right, so let me go ahead and break this part down now. Oh, right, it's broken. I'm like, why is this not breaking again? Oh, Choco, why is your brain never working? All right, let's go ahead, fix you up. We'll just do a quick little fix here. All right, there she is. And let's go onward and get this all sorted out. All right, so let's do it right here. All right, and then let me think. Okay, so we need to break that down right there. And then we can just do what we did before. Just work on this side of things, which should make it significantly better. No. Alright, so that should be... Yep, okay, so that's correct. And then we need to just do that, and then we have to do this side now, so... Down we go. And with that, we should be all in good shape to vein mine this now. And it will once again break Pixie, but you know what? Pixie's fine. She's a trooper. Alright, boom. Oh no! Oh no! Oh well. It's not a huge loss. Just kind of sucks to lose lose free ones there. All right. Oh, Hushy Love 13-month resub. Got it before it even took place. Nice. All right, let's get some more big reactor glass going here. And we'll just throw in these reactor casings inside. All right. And we bankrupted ourselves with the glass, or the casings rather, so interesting. All right, and then, is that correct? Yeah, it is correct. All right, cool. And then, just gotta fill this all up. Then fill this up. All right. Dandy. All right, cool. And then what we can do for the bottom here, let me see. Let me just count this out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so we have 16 of height in there. So what we can do is, yeah, I like that idea. All right, so let's do it like here. Oh, I need to fix her. I need to fix Pixie again. So let's go ahead and get her all fixed up. And then we can go back at it. So 2, 3. So right there. And with any degree of luck, okay, my booty is clearly too fat. All right, so, yep, that's all good. And we just need to do the same thing over again. think this will be a pretty good looking design. I think. We'll see. We'll see if this ends up being a good looking design or if it's just a mediocre design. We'll see. Alright, so like that, and I think, if I'm correct here, okay, so it has to start from here. Alright, whoop, wrong way. Grab the reactor casing, and then with this, alright, and then this can just kind of fade in. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so then let's do it this way then. So we're gonna trim it a little bit more. So let's do it. Yeah, let's do it this way. Alright, so let's make up the difference here and see where we meet halfway. Okay, and then we'll shore up this. Then we'll fix this up because this is not going to be the case. Okay, boom, 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 and boom. Alright, let's see how this looks. Yeah, I can get behind that. Alright, cool. So then what we'll do is we're going to make this kind of like a little bit more pretty. So let's do it like starting from here. Can we do that actually? Hold on, will that even work? Well, let's have this actually. Yeah, let's actually have this cut in completely. How's that look? I like that. Okay. I think I like this. Here, let's fill it in and let's see how I feel about it. Boop, boop, boop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not what I want to see. Nope. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Eh. Get back in there. Guess we'll just place this down by hand. Alright, then we'll just do this real quick. Alright, and then back to throwing this down. Yeah, okay. I think I know what I'm doing with this. This will be fine and dandy. Build this down a little bit. just like that. All right. And then let's give us like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then right there. All right, awesome. And then we just are going to then have this go up. Okay. And then the same deal for this. Yep, all right. And then break these down. Whoop. Alrighty. Yep, okay, cool. And so let me go ahead and fill this all in with this reactor glass, and then it should start to come into focus. Alright. Then we'll just do like that, like that, like that, like that. Alright, cool. And then let's have this reach in actually a little bit further. Oh, I was like, something did not go right. There we go. That one should be a reactor glass. Yeah, alright. And then we'll just do like a little thing here. Let's see how this looks. This part I'm not too sure about. Could look okay. Let's do it. Alright, and then we'll break this down then. Alright, so ever so carefully, I must do this. Alright. Let's just break one more chunk here. Alright, looking good. Swoop that all up. And then, just like that. It's a very resounding I don't know. I don't know about this, man. I don't know. Thought it would look better, but I don't know. Maybe the best way to do this. And maybe the best way to do it is just like the triangle? Yeah, I guess the triangle would probably be the best way. I tried to get all crazy with it. It did not work out. I think that's going to be a bust, unfortunately. Just looked weird to me. Don't look right. Alright, so let me see here. Let me just make sure that this isn't going to, like, boom, boom every single thing that we've done. Alright. Okay, we should be square there. And let's fill this all in. Then you need to be glass. Yeah, and then we'll have to like do some decorating on the outside when it comes down to it. So the game plan will be this, like these little patches of reactor casing. We're just gonna have to build like junk on top of it. Maybe I'll put in some lighting and stuff. Not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with it, to be honest. Then fill that in. Yeah. Yeah, let's just go with that. I don't wanna overthink this and then make this into some kind of monstrosity that looks awful and also is just not gonna really do us much good. So let me go ahead and fill this all in. Doop, 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 and doop, doop, doop. Alright, cool. So yeah, that's okay. That's alright. Yeah, okay, that's alright. That's okay. It's not exactly like majestic or anything, but it gets the job done, I suppose. Okay, I'm doing this correctly. Then just gotta get this going all the way to the bottom. We should end up right in the corner. Which indeed we did. Good. And then we just need to create a little border here. And with that, whoop. Prepare yourself again. You can do it, Pixie. I believe in you. Whoosh. Nope. Ah, there it is. Nope. Alright, still broken. Alright, let's go and fix this all up. Pixie into there, and voila, she's back in action. Okay, we'll fill this all in with reactor glass, and I think that'll look just fine. It's a pretty, like, simplistic design, to be completely honest, but it's not a bad design, I don't think. Alright, then reactor glass. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. Will I have enough? Probably not. Here, let's see. Maybe we will. No, not by a long shot. Nope. Absolutely not. Alright, we need more reactor glass. Oh my. And then... Oh no! Confound it all. I need to... Here, let's go as far as we can, then we have to fill in the rest of the reactor casing just for a little bit here. Alright. And we have to do this. Nope, wrong. And then whoop, and then doop 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 doo. Power instantly online. I said instantly, darn it. Hello? Hello? Question mark? What happened? Oh, I have to reactivate it. Oh, I see. I have to turn on the reactor. Ah, that was what could possibly throw us off. I see. All right, so there we go. Let's just go ahead and make ourselves a little bit more of that reactor glass. And we'll just throw these into there. Okay, yep, that will do just fine. And it'll see us through the rest of this. All right, now I have to break these down again. It is admittedly quite nice to have that saturation buff, because I just like literally just go by there and instantaneously I'm full. All the way to max. Which is nice. Very, very nice to not have to worry about my hunger anymore. Alright, down that all goes. Took a little bit of gamble there, but that's alright. Okay, so bang, 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 and then bang, 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 bang. Cool. Alright, so there she is, the reactor. Admittedly, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking almost that maybe I've been thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe what I just need to do is actually a lot simpler than I made it out to be. Maybe I just need to make it so it's like this is just outlining everything, if that makes sense. Let's give that a try. We need more sand though, for sure. And then we'll smelt this down, get some more glass. Okay, there we go. That's going to turn out some glass for us. And then, how many reactor casings do we have? Not enough. Alright, so can I make more reactor casings? Is that possible? And we are out of graphite. Not at all shocking, but still disappointing. Alright. Put these into here. And then let's make ourselves some reactor glass. Yeah, that should see us through the day. Alright, and then we will hope for the best here. I think the problem is that it ended up on an even number. Yeah, I suppose what we'll do is just do this. Yeah, kind of loath to do it this way, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Boop, 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 boop. Just gotta keep this going. Alright. At least like a nice little border. Because one thing is that originally I was thinking that we would just do this as like one gigantic thing of reactor glass. Just so I can see the inside of at least one side. And I think it does look better with it being all shadowy on the back and whatever else, because it adds like depth to it. But let's just start from here. It's easier to work from the ground. Alright, so break this down. And I think this will just give it that outline that it just desperately needs. Because it's bothering me. It doesn't look right. Like, it didn't look right as a sheet of reactor casing. It doesn't look right as like really complicated patterns. I think it just looks, it'll look fine as is like this. Whoop. Are you broken? No. Okay. So she'll try to fix herself. Yeah, dang. All right, let's go fix her. Let's go fix her. And boop. There we go. Pixie all fixed up and ready to roll. And it should be the case that I just have to do this. Down, down, down. Boop. Alright. Good stuff. And then we just have to fill this in with glass. Which hopefully won't be too big of a problem. Nope. Come on, darn it. Alright, there we go. Then, just like that. We can fill this all in. Let's see. Let's see how this looks before I commit to doing both sides. If it looks like absolute garbage to me, then I will not stick with it. But I'm hoping that it looks good. We're going to need way more reactor glass. Yeah, I like that. It looks like it makes like a little cross in the middle. Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that for sure. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this with more reactor glass. Try everything. Alright, oh, for crying out loud. Turn on the reactor every dadgum time, man. Every dadgum time. Alright. Turn on, please. And then there's the enemy system already on. Then let's go ahead and put in... Oh, I need more glass. Ah! What? What? What was that? What just happened there? Alright, obsidian. Gonna need like 3 more of you. How is it putting down? What the fleep? Like, actually cry every time. Alright, put this in. Put Pixie in. Fix. Very, very good. And then... I suppose we'll get a little bit more sand as well. Alright. And then let's put these away. Alright, and that's going to make us the glass that we are going to be needing. Alright, so we should have the reactor casing that we need. Actually, I guess we can make a little bit more reactor casing. So let's make a little tiny bit more. We need graphite, right? Yeah, we need graphite. Alright, so let me go ahead, get some coal. And just like that, we're actually bringing our coal numbers back to like a respectable place. Ah, it actually worked that time. Excellent. Alright, and then glass. Just grab a whole bunch of it. Throw it into here. I think reactor glass will be fine with this. Yeah, alright, that is definitely more than enough. Alright, and then we'll just do it this way. And then we'll just start from the tippity top here. So boop, boop. Whoop, I did a bad. Alright. I'm like, I didn't do something right just now. Alright, we fixed it. We got it squared away. And then we just have to break these two right here. And then we just have to do the same thing on the way down, right? Yep, alright, good. So let me just go ahead and break these. And with that, we should have the outline. So Do not vein mine yet, Choco. I almost vein mined the entire dadgum thing. Holy fleep. Had to actually be so careful right now. Alright, and then boop. And just put this glass down. Whoop. Glass. Yep, glass. Glass, I say. Right, glass, and then fill this all in. Let's see how this looks. This will give us a definitive look as to whether or not this was a tremendous waste of time or if it was an actual worthwhile decision to make it look a little bit better. Well, I do like that. Obviously, I have like a little bit of a oops skittles here, but I'll cry every time. Then down we go. And then up. Alright, and then there's Pixie all fixed up and ready to go. Let's fix that little itty bitty bit of a oopsies that we did. What the crap? What the heck happened? No, I'm not. Come here. I know you're down here. Alright. And then boop. There we go. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Maybe along the top as well. Yeah, the top needs a little bit of loving. Alright, let's just do the top. And let's do the top. I do want a little bit of something different here for the top. So let's just do this one, maybe. Maybe this one could be the one that is a little bit different here. So this one is fine. So I need to poke a hole here. Poke a hole here. Come on, let me through. Let me through. Alright. And then just work our way all the way down to the side. We're going to do that like little slash pattern here. That could look good. I think this might actually be the right place to use that. I think this will be all right. We may need more reactor glass. Well, maybe not. We'll see. And then just do the same thing here again. Okay. Fill this in. It kind of looks like an eyeball. Like from this angle, it kind of looks like the Eye of Sauron. And then maybe we'll do like this kind of a pattern here. Except make this like a solid one. So break these down here. Whoop, rip. Ooh, I do like that. I like how that turned out a lot. I like how that looks a lot. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I'm down, actually. Alright, so same thing over here. Poke this out. Alright, let's go recover some of the reactor casings that have fallen here over time. I knew you were down here. Didn't forget. Up, 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 up. And then we should be on the right track. Whoop, too far, too far, too far. Too far. Okay, just like so. And then just like mimic that pattern. What do I do here? 3 either way. Then just down. I think it's just a simple matter of breaking that. Yep, and then we're symmetrical. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and recover any reactor casings that's fallen down. Thought you could escape from me, did you? And then we will replace it, and then I think we will be in good shape, and we'll have our reactor officially open for business. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't have like a weird like freak out and be like, no, it's all wrong, burn it to the ground. That would be bad. I would not be a very happy Choco if that ends up being my reaction, but hopefully that will not be the case. With any degree of luck, we will be able to avoid that as a fate. And like that. I do like that top design a lot. That top design makes everything else look crap. Dadgummit. Why does the top design look so much better? Whatever. That just looks so much better. It looks so much better. Oh no. You know what? I'm just gonna accept it as it is. Maybe one day I'll come back and I'll have a different thing of inspiration for how we can make this look. I think it is a matter of I just have to change the way that we use reactor casing and the glass, because I think it's just too much of one block and it just like you just get sucked into that and it's like eh. But like those designs, that's perfect. Like it's just like the right amount of mix of everything. This is driving me nuts. This is driving me actually crazy. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I know this was a bit of a long, grindy one, but certainly was necessary because we obviously don't have power. And we're actually still kind of... Considering how long it's been online, it's kind of disturbing how quickly we ate through that fuel, but whatever. So that is all running. Power is online again for like the 90th time. And we are in good shape. I'm not going to worry about the active reactor part of this all, just because it doesn't really make sense to worry about it just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of not stress about that for now. We do have more yellorium fuel rods that we could theoretically put in there, but I just don't have any real good reason, I guess, to actually go forward and make those kinds of adjustments. So big reactor, the passive reactor is officially now to full scale. It's no longer that little itty bitty one. Now we have a big old reactor here. I guess there's one finishing touch that we need to put onto there, which is a fair note. Whoop. Which is I need to put in a transfer node there. And that transfer node is of course going to feed the cyanide back into our ME system, which we do need to do. So let's go ahead, check this out. Okay, and it's currently sending, and then blah, 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 and then, yeah, it's empty. All right, cool. So that is all in good shape. Dang. All right. But, yeah, big old reactor. Let's see how it's actually generating. 10,000 10,000 RF a tick. That's pretty solid, honestly. It's not bad. We will, of course, that number will go up as we add in more fuel rods. That's pretty empty as is. Honestly, that may be another thing. It might just look really, really weird right now, just because it's so empty. There's literally one fuel rod just right smack dab in the middle. So who knows? Maybe we'll be able to kind of become a little bit more okay with things as we go along. But let me see here. We did create. I'm gonna say this. We're technically one length and one width off, but meh. And then we did this, and now we are on here. So we have 100K and 1,000,000 still left to go, and we have quite a bit of that stuff to worry about. But we are slowly but surely getting through some of the random, randy dandy kind of stuff that we have left in the mod pack here. So all good. I'm feeling pretty good about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, consider leaving a like rating down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and want to see more stuff out of me. And I'll see you guys next time. So take care, everyone, and ciao for now.